Hey Guardians, welcome back to YmirTV. I am your host, Ymir Frostfather. Thanks for stopping by today. It is Tuesday, so we've got the reset. Unfortunately, it's not the reset that I was hoping for. We're missing faction rallies, we're missing the dawning, and I'll get into that a little bit later after I talk about all of the milestones that have been updated. So let's check those out real quick, and then we're going to go see some vendors because some exciting things did happen this week. So daily challenge is the Crucible. Of course, you got to do your clan XP, so get that 5,000 clan XP weekly personal contribution there. Next up, we've got the Nightfall. So let's go ahead and check out and see what the Nightfall is for this week. Savathun's Song with Momentum and Anomalies. So that's not too bad. So just make sure you're keeping moving throughout the whole thing. If you're down low on health, start running a mile and you'll heal up eventually. Anomalies aren't too bad. Just shoot the little blocks that look like the data lattices from Nessus. And yeah, have fun with that. Next up, we've got the Leviathan powerful gear. So either defy the Cabal Emperor in the Leviathan raid or the Eater of Worlds raid layer. Call to arms, win glory by participating in Crucible matches. The flashpoint is Mercury this week. And then you get another powerful gear from doing 3 heroic strikes. So not too bad there. Masterworks is here, and I've saved a bunch of tokens to hopefully get into, or to at least get some Masterworks tokens from the gunsmith here. But I want to go over here for a second, take a look at Shax's inventory, because some things happen. So each vendor, at least each vendor on the tower, we're going to take a trip to Earth just to see if Devrim has it as well. But you can now buy each individual piece for, looks like, 25 legendary shards and 10 crucible tokens, and then there's a weekly weapon that will cycle through, and today it is the Autumn Wind Pulse Rifle. Also, today is the Boon of the Crucible. When this is used during a Crucible match, all players receive a Crucible gift at the end of that match. Only one gift consumable may be used per player in an activity. And you can get that for 25 legendary shards. And if we go over to Zavala here, he offers the same thing except for the strikes. So you can also see here, you can get his Vanguard items. Claim 10 reward engrams to unlock. Okay. He also has the origin story available for this week. As well as the ornaments, not too bad, but the Boon of the Vanguard, receive a Vanguard gift at the end of that strike. So it looks like it's event specific, whichever event you're doing. It's either going to be Crucible or Vanguard specific. Tess Everest's inventory has changed as well. So we're going to talk about what she has and then talk about the new stuff first. So she's selling the cloak, the mark, or the bond. She's got the both weapon ornaments for the Rat King. She's got the Catacombs, which looks pretty cool, a little decayed and kind of rusty there. Not too bad. And then we've got the Black Plague, which is pretty cool. The ship is the Sailing Shield ship. It's a new Osiris one. Striped Abandon is also a new Osiris Sparrow. Got the Dancy Dance and Confused. So there's the Dancy Dance. Getting in the groove there. And now he's just kind of doing a John Travolta here. Like, I don't know where to go. And I just noticed my shoes have spurs on them. That's a funny... These are the lucky pants I'm wearing, but that's a funny addition. I didn't notice that before. Captain Seashell, the Guardian Pink, got the Freemius Blue shader, as well as the Metallic Sunrise. Not enough space, okay. So she has the Fire 2 medallion, as always. Now she has the Gleaming Boon of the Vanguard. When this is used during a strike, all players receive an Eververse gift at the end of that strike, and as well as the Crucible Gleaming Boon of the Crucible. When this is used during a Crucible match, all players receive an Eververse gift at the end of that match. So it works the same way as the Vanguard and the Crucible ones, it's giving you an Eververse item instead of the Vanguard or Crucible strikes. So Ikora also has her armor set. I checked out Benedict, but he does not. Looks like Banshee is still the same. I'm just gonna pop one engram here, see if we can get this weapon to be Masterworks. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go ahead and travel to EDZ real quick and see if the planetary vendors have their gear all set out as well, because I'm not really sure. But after that, that'll pretty much conclude the update, or at least the Tuesday update section of this video. Afterwards, I'm going to go over their patch for this week and kind of explain why the faction rallies aren't here and why we're missing the Dawning right now. Okay, cool. So Devrim does have, so the planetary vendors do have all of their gear. So if you're missing any of it, you can go ahead and snag that. Yeah, I want to get into the Destiny 2 update here. It's a lot of weird stuff has happened recently. So I don't know if you've been keeping up with Destiny news, but the Prestige raid was locked behind a paywall. You had to buy the DLC because the level cap was raised to 330. They're bringing the Prestige raid back down to 300 power, so it's accessible to all players regardless of Curse of Osiris ownership. I don't understand why they did this. They could have just had a Prestige 300 power, and then in a drop-down menu have Prestige 330 power for those people who do have the Curse of Osiris. I don't understand why it's like this. Adjusted prestige difficulty is no longer guaranteed 330 power items. So I'm wondering if that's the same with the regular Leviathan raid, because they were guaranteeing a 330 drop. So we'll see about that. Also, players who do not own Curse of Osiris may now access Trials of the Nine with the Destiny 2 launch map is featured, or when a Destiny 2 launch map is featured. So if it's a week where one of the new Crucible maps is selected, then that player won't be able to do it for that weekend, which is really interesting. I don't know why it's like that either, but they've modified the prestige trophy to only be associated with the Leviathan raid because they are keeping the Nightfall prestige cap raised. Fixed an issue where players with over 84 emblems were unable to see all emblems they owned within the collection. See, that sounds like a funny problem. So in regards to the faction rallies, players can no longer loot the same chest multiple times in quick succession for faction rally tokens. There was a couple chest glitch, one with the first week, and then an even better one with the second week, or what worse, depending on your point of view. Fixed an issue where faction rally tokens were not being removed at the conclusion of the event for some players. I don't think I lost any of my tokens after the event. I think I saved, or I had them still. Faction rally emblems now would display the correct pledge tracker stat. Fixed an issue where faction rally tokens were being removed from players' inventories when the player was creating a new character. Fixed an issue where some players would not receive a faction rally winner discount. That would suck. Masterworks legendary weapons can now drop as Masterworks for characters above power level 250. Masterworks provide bonus weapon stats and generate orbs on multi-kills. So that's range, handling, stability, impact, and stuff like that. Legendary and exotic engram drop rates have been adjusted down for public events and up for Strike and Crucible playlist activities. That is fantastic. Xur now sells a 3 of coins consumable item that increases the drop chance of exotics, and Xur now sells the Faded Engram. If you haven't seen yet, the Faded Engram guarantees one exotic that you do not have. I don't know what happens when you have all of them and you try to use it. Maybe you just can't buy it. I'm not positive. So, not a whole lot of fixes, actually. I thought I was expecting a little more. But we have yet to hear when the Dawning, Faction Rallies, Iron Banner, not sure when they're coming out yet, have not heard yet. But I'll keep you posted in my videos later this week. So yeah, that's basically it so far. Let me know in the comments what you think of these things from the update, and then what you think of the Masterworks weapons, if they work for you, if you think there's an impact in those, just let me know. I think it's a cool addition. I think it's a good step in the right direction, but I don't think they're gonna sway the overall feeling of weapons and how powerful they are. But there's a lot more updates and improvements that need to be made to improve the quality of life for this game. But yeah, I guess that's it from me this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you next week or later this week. But yeah, cheers, and I'll catch you on the flip side.